Hello children. In this session, I explain Chapter 1 The Tunnel Section 3. I hope you are eagerly waiting to know about the magic, right? Now let us know about the magic by reading Section 3. The luggage in the corner was moving. It had got up and was coming towards him. A hand came out from under the black cloth and pushed aside the top part. And behind that part of the black cloth, Ankur saw a face with hand-stained lips and big bald earrings. Children, in section 2 you found that Hari Singh went away from Ankush and he could only see someone's luggage covered with black cloth in one corner of his compartment. It was not really luggage. That was a Muslim lady covered with her black covering called a burqa. Hearing Ankush crying, she got up and came to him. She pushed aside her black covering and began to talk to Ankush. Oh, my little child, my little bird, so frightened, but it was only a tunnel. Why didn't you come to me? The hand came out again and undid the whole cloth, and from underneath came a complete auntie, rather plump, wearing a salwar kameez and a very long dupatta around her head. She picked him up and sat down. It felt nice even though it was all a little different, and now the auntie was looking into his face. Children, Saida called Ankush her little child and her little bird. She asked him whether he was frightened and said that there was no need to have any fear because it was only a tunnel. She removed her black covering completely and took him in her hands and sat on the seat. Ankush saw that she had worn a salwar kameez and a very long dupatta around her head. Though the lady was a strange person, her loving and friendly nature made him very comfortable, but he did not talk anything. Don't you ever talk? Or has mummy told you to keep quiet all the way to Calcutta? Ankush began to giggle. There, at least you can laugh. Don't be frightened, my little one. Your auntie is here. Now how about eating something nice to eat? She opened a box and held up some delicious looking round things. Ankush nodded his head vigorously. I also want those triangle things, he said. Children, seeing the silent boy, Saeed auntie asked whether he would never talk to her or his mother had told him to keep quiet all the way to Calcutta. Hearing that, Ankush began to laugh. She understood that she became successful in making Ankush comfortable. She opened a basket with some eatables of different shapes. She took some round-shaped things and asked whether he wanted to eat them or not. Ankush replied that he wanted both the round as well as triangle-shaped things. No, I don't think you should have those. They are made of meat and your parents may not like it. You can have as many of these others as you want, but first you must clean your hands. Ankush became very friendly with her and he did not feel shy at all. Saida auntie advised him not to take the triangle-shaped things as they were made of meat. She suggested him to take the round-shaped thing as much as he wanted after cleaning his hands. And Ankush knew exactly what she was going to do. She was going to take out a small towel and pour some water on it. Then she would wipe his face and hands. The auntie spread a napkin on his lap and gave him a small thali full of the round things. They were very, very good. Children, Ankush knew what she was going to do because his mother also used to do so in their train journey. Saida auntie took a small towel and poured some water on it. She wiped his face and hands. She spread a napkin on his lap and gave him a small plate full of the round things. They were very tasty. Ankush looked at the auntie, a little shy. I thought you were luggage, he said, because you were covered with that cloth. The auntie began to shake with laughter. She laughed till the tears rolled down her cheeks, and finally she gave him a pretend slap. You little rascal, how dare you? After eating the snacks, he became very fresh and energetic. He looked at Saida and said that her as a he thought her as a luggage because she was covered with the black cloth. Auntie laughed a lot and tears rolled down her cheeks, and she gave him a friendly slap. Ankush began to jump up and down, as he always did when he had been up to some mischief. You are luggage, you are luggage. No, I am not. I am your Saeed auntie. Ankush was jumping up and down, calling her luggage, luggage. Saida said that she was not luggage, she was his Saida auntie. Ankush tugged at her black covering. That is what you cover luggage with. Maybe, but it is also what I cover myself with, and it is called a burqa. Children, Ankush pulled her black covering and said that it was her luggage covering cloth. Auntie said that it was her burqa and also said that same type of cloth could be used for making luggage covering. Just then, Hari Singh came hurrying into the compartment. He looked at the two of them a little puzzled. Baba, I almost forgot. Were you frightened when we went through the tunnel? Sitting up inside the auntie's lap, Ankush looked Hari Singh straight in the eye. Frightened? Who? Me? Of course not, he said. Children, just then Hari Singh came very fast. He was in a confused situation. He asked Ankush whether he was frightened when the train had passed through the tunnel. Do you know, children, what he said? Ankush told him that he was not frightened at all. Dear children, I hope you have understood the story now. You should